Hello, I'm teacher Ivan from Wuna Educational Services. I welcome you to this particular lesson where we shall be looking at the quadratic expressions. Don't forget, we are still looking at factorization. So this is factorization of quadratic expressions. And therefore, quadratic expressions are those expressions that are written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are constants. So, as we are going to look at how we factorize quadratic expressions, let us go through the steps that we must always put into considerations. The steps involved in factorizing quadratic expressions are majorly three. One is to find the factors of SC whose sum is B. We come back to our general equation. This is A, the coefficient of the square. B is the coefficient of the power 1 variable, and C is a constant because it does not affect the variable. The variable is x in this case. So they are telling us that in the first step, we must find the factors of SC, meaning we shall multiply A times C. But that those factors must also be added to get B. That's the condition. We multiply SC and get its factors, but those factors must be added to get B. That is step 1. Step 2, we are going to substitute the factors or the factors for B. So the factors we have gotten in step 1 are going to replace the position of B in step 2. So we are replacing B with the factors. Then lastly, we group the terms. There we shall have 4 terms. We shall group them into 2 and factor out accordingly. Let us have examples. Those are 3 simple steps that I want us to look at how we apply them in our examples. Example 1, or part A, we are told to factorize each of the following. Part A, we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So the first step was to find the factors of SC. There is a silent one here which is representing A. This one is representing B. This one is representing C. So we get the product, which is A times C. A is 1 times 5, getting us, times 6, getting us a 6. Then the sum. Remember, the first procedure was telling us to get the product of SC whose sum is B. So the sum must be B, which is now a 5. So let us look at those factors. We look at factors of 6. That is, we have 1 and 6. We have 2 and 3. And probably it is 2 and 3 that gives us a product of 6 and a sum of 5. So after getting that, we shall come and substitute. Where there is a 5, we write 2 and 3. That is to say, we shall have x squared plus 2x plus 3x. Because when you add 2x plus 3x, you come back to our 5x. Then plus 6. So after that, our third step tells us to group into 2 and factor out accordingly. So we shall group into 2. We get the common factor here is x. That leaves us with x plus 2. Here the common factor is 3. So it is x plus 2. These brackets must be the same or must have the same terms. If not, you revise your steps. So since they have the same terms, we shall bring the common factors we have taken out into one bracket. That is to say, we shall have x plus 3, and then we just take one of the two to multiply the created bracket, and that becomes our final answer for factorizing quadratic expression. So we are still looking at more examples. Otherwise, for now, that has been a brief introduction on how we factorize quadratic expressions. Otherwise, don't miss our next video, because we are still continuing to look at how we factorize quadratic expressions. I'm Teacher Ivan from Wuna Educational Services. Please, I request you and beg you that you search for our e-learning platforms on all the social media apps. Just type in Wuna Educational Services. Wuna is W-U-N-N-A, Educational Services. Join us so that we learn together as we enjoy together. Don't forget to follow our Facebook pages, our TikTok accounts. We are on Instagram, we are on X. Please, I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.